Hey folks, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review for the Tobe Hooper Marathon, and this time it is the Funhouse. And this is the Blu-ray from Scream Factory, which does have another cover, which I definitely remember that cover on the VHS shelves. Even though that thing is not in the movie, no one wears that. So I I want to ask, how many people were led to believe this thing was in the movie, and then they saw it? What the fuck? That's not in the movie. I just wonder how many people. Just a simple question out there. So while that is not in the movie, it's still pretty decent flick. A flick I did enjoy. They have a pretty decent score in the film. Tobe Hooper did a good job directing this. Simple story. Nice monster movie. I mean, did you say it's a little bit of a slasher film, but it feels it's like a monster film with slasher elements in a way. I mean, the beginning has a shower scene with a nod to Halloween with the POV through the mask, and Psycho with the shower. And you find out it's a kid fucking around with his sister. The sister threatens him. And you have references like the parents watching The Bride of Frankenstein. And of course, at the carnival, he's wearing the Frankenstein monster mask. Which I'm sure they got away because Universal did release this. It's about these four people, 2 men, 2 women, going to this carnival. This kid brother sneaks out. They go to this carnival, and it's sort of a slow build up, but it didn't bother me too much. You know, I like the atmosphere of the carnival. You see like these real animal anomalies, like a cow with no nose, and this two-headed cow. And I think they were real anomalies. That's like, ugh. And then you find this deformed baby in the jar. You get this fate scare with this magician stabbing a woman, and you find out that woman is actually the daughter of the magician. It's part of the act. And they do a nice job building up the atmosphere of the carnival. So like a little sense of dread. And that helps with the score. And I want to get the guy who did the score. I thought he did a good job with it. And as I'm looking it up, really enough, Mark Lester, the guy who would direct Commando, class of 1984, Showdown Little Tokyo, he was actually an executive producer of the film. And yeah, the stars you have are Elizabeth Berridge, Cooper Huckabee, Largo Woodruff, and Miles Chapin. Now, Cooper Huckabee, he hasn't been in much. Like, he was an Urban Cowboy. Oh yeah, he was in The Curse. And Cohen and Tate, okay. Barely remember those. Elizabeth Berridge is the lead. She did a decent job. She was in Amadeus. She was on the TV show, The John Larroquette Show. They didn't really go on to do too much, unfortunately. But she did alright, as did the cast did fine, the 4 teenagers. Kevin Conway, who plays sort of the Funhouse Barker, and a few other roles. Kevin Conroy, he's been in quite a few stuff. He was in Paradise Alley. He was in Fist. He was in, what was that movie? Yeah, Lawnmower Man 2. He was in Mercury Rising in the role of Joel Lomax. Kevin Conway's been in a few stuff. But getting to the guy who did the music, John Beal. Thought John Beal did a pretty decent job on the score. Trying to see what else he's done. some of the well-known film trailers for which John Beale wrote original scores between 1977 and 2007, covering a wide range of styles. Huh, he wrote original scores for trailers for, I guess, stuff like First Blood, Star Wars, The Matrix, Mr. Mom, Heathers, Hunt for Red October, The Mask, Master Zero, Volcano. I guess if you need original part of a trailer, John Beale just wrote a lot of them. That's pretty cool. He was in the military. And yeah, has composed original scores for over 2,000 trailers. Wow. Huh. Did not know that. Interesting. Learn something new every day. But yeah, the kids, they decide to spend the night overnight on the Funhouse to have some fun. They do so. This is after they're with a fortune teller and they fuck around with her. She's like, "Get out of here, I'll break every bone in your fucking bodies." And while they spend the night, they see this thing in the Frankenstein monster mask taking money to try to have sex and pay for sex with this old woman. But he ends too early, so to speak, gets some ridicule, and she says, "I'm going to tell your father," and she gets choked. As Wayne Brady would say, "You want me to choke a bitch?" So he choked a bitch. And kind of an interesting idea, when you take this mask off, it's another monster underneath. So it's an interesting idea of a monster hiding within the mask of a monster. The design of the monster is pretty cool. I believe it was Rick Baker who helped design it. That was pretty neat. Pretty neat. I like the look of the creature. Has like these sharp protruding teeth, long white thinning hair, red eyes. I like the look of it. One of the kids stupidly steals money when they're trying to leave, and then he's the same dumbass that drops the lighter. So he's the reason the four of them get into trouble. And so it makes sense he's the first to die. He gets a rope around his neck and pulled up. And later his body gets an axe to the head while it's on this ride. And it did some nice atmosphere within the carnival, within the carnival rides, within the funhouse. Decent bits of lighting, usage of music. The actors weren't too shabby. One of the girls just dropped, and the creature's like touching her. And when you watch it, it's not hurting her until she stabs it in the back. And then slashes her. And for some reason, I always thought, because they're by this big fan, that he would take her, just shove her into the fan. But no, maybe that was the idea behind it. Maybe it was to psych us out into thinking he was going to shove her in the van, in the van down by the river, in the fan. But no, he doesn't. Which I'm kind of surprised. Nowadays they would do that, but I guess maybe to try to sympathize a bit with the creature, where it's not something totally, I mean, it's still horrible, but it's not going into pieces. It's fucked her up with his claws. But that's after he got stabbed in the back. The last remaining couple, the guy fights with the barker, Kevin Conway, who's the father of this character, and there's Kevin Conway there. And that guy gets stabbed on the sword. And then the guy, we don't really see how he dies. He just is found dead on this ride. Which I don't know if you needed to kill that character off. You could have knocked him out or something. And yeah, if you're going into this for death scenes and gore, you're going to be disappointed because it's not a gore movie at all. It's not. It's not that. It's just. It's a slow build up with some pretty damn decent atmosphere and a capable score. Nice design of the monster. The acting is fine. This subplot, I don't know what the point is. It goes nowhere. Where the kid of the sister sneaks out, and from time to time, it cuts away to him sneaking around the carnival. He gets scared of something. The parents come, take the kid home. I guess it was to give some false hope for our lead characters, to think that maybe they'll get her out of it. But if that was the reasoning, I don't think it works. It just feels like waste of space. It just feels like waste of time. Because I never really thought they would do anything anyway. What's the kid going to do? What's the parents going to do? What, the mom's going to hit it with her fucking bag? The dad, we haven't established these characters that they could do anything anyway. So I just felt that was all pointless and could have been cut out. It would have made the film go even faster. So I think that whole subplot with the kid, with the boy, went nowhere, and it could have been cut out. Really, I feel it was unneeded. That's one flaw I have with the film. The second is how the monster dies. Some people may like it because it's different, but the fact that the lead girl doesn't kill the monster accidentally kills himself. He gets hooked, and then he gets fried, and he gets crushed in these gears. It's like an effect that one thing leads to another. Very unique, complicated way of him dying, all done accidentally. And I'm like, I think it's an unsatisfying death and ending to the creature. And that with the boy part that went nowhere. It's not a favorite Tobe Hooper film of mine, but I still liked it okay. It's still only an hour and 30 some minutes. The atmosphere and look at the carnival, the score, the acting is fine. Kevin Conway, the look of the monster. It's still a pretty damn decent flick. It's just the ending is unsatisfying, and the stuff with the boy went nowhere. But I mean, it has a couple clever stuff. This nod to Halloween and Psycho at the beginning. Where is it? Right there. I thought that was unique, especially the time this came out in 1981, when the slasher craze was going up, and you had someone sort of take a nod and almost parody that. Not many other films other than Student Bodies, which was a flat-out parody. But to put some humor on that, I thought had some unique parts of it, of the script. And again, the monster wearing a monster mask. And the fact that it only really killed the woman when she ridiculed him and said, "I'm going to tell your father," and all that. And I guess it was a monster we were supposed to sympathize. Granted, it didn't really get much sympathy from me, but I can understand where they were going with. But yeah, the acting was fine. And all is pretty decent flick. The Blu-ray, if you do find a bare bones release, it's fine. It's not really a film worth getting on Blu-ray, in my opinion, because the features aren't much. It's a trailer, some TV spots, little interview with William Finley. God, I can't remember what the hell he played in it. William Finley. Have to look it up. I think you did an interview with Kevin Conway. Could be wrong on that. William Finley as Marco the Magnificent. Yeah, so he had a bit role. Little interview with composer John Beale. Interview with producer Mark L. Lester. Pretty much how it started off as a low budget film, and then got a couple few bucks when Universal picked it up. And You have a commentary with Tobe Hooper, moderated by filmmaker Tim Sullivan. It's alright, it's there. But I mean, the commentary, a couple short interviews, a trailer TV spots. I guess if you're a diehard fan of the film, sure. But since I liked it pretty decent, eh. Would have been nice maybe an on-camera interview with Tobe Hooper, maybe some of the actors, maybe Rick Baker talk about the design of the creature, the makeup, how that came to be, the idea behind it, the idea for the look of it. I guess maybe any of the four actors, or maybe the guy who played the monster, if any of these people are still around, of course. But I mean, I'm still glad to have this for collection's sake. But either way, those are my thoughts on the Funhouse. Pretty decent flick. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.